All right. Well, hey, Queens, welcome back. Before you bring these amazing guests at the table, let's do a little check in.
Well, we've always got to keep it honest around here. Midlife is a whole mood. Some days we're thriving, other days we're Googling, like, how long can a nap be before it comes sleep? So, Tony, how are you doing this week?
I personally been busy as hell with work, juggling my real job. But other than that, girl, I'm happy. How about the midlifers? Let's do a check in with you guys. How are you guys
We
feeling?
are
How was your
having
week?
fun this week. Yeah, it's been a good week. The weather is gorgeous. All is well. I've slept.
That's
Good.
good. You got your nappy in. I love the naps. All right, Cheese.
Love it. Well, midlife is a season where mindset becomes everything. And recently, you did a podcast conversation that really stuck with
Oh,
me with two sisters in their 50s. And I'd love for you to share that story. These sisters had stepped out of the workforce to full-time caretakers for their aging parent.
mhm.
And they gave everything to love and care for someone who once cared for them. And now they're ready to rebuild. But getting back into the workforce in your 50s is hard.
Really hard.
Not
Yes.
easy.
So they're discouraged,
Mhm.
unsure, and feeling left behind. And this kind of was like an epiphany for us about coping, celebrating, and redefining ourselves. So, Tony, can you share
Oh,
a little bit
yeah.
about that?
So yeah, ladies, I did do an interview with these sisters who are in their midlife. With midlife comes our aging parents. And so they actually had become full time caretakers to their parents and they weren't working anymore. So getting back into the workforce in this interview, it was really touching because they were sharing about how what a struggle it is at this age to get back in the workforce. And all these interviews just weren't hitting it. They weren't hitting the mark. And so I actually gave them an example of one of my rock star coworkers, a former colleague of mine. He actually went through something similar and he lost his father. And he was in the middle of also interviewing. And I mean, this guy can freaking walk in a room and make everybody sing. He was that kind of a rock star. And so when he went in to these interviews, it just wasn't sticking. And he was telling me, I'm better than this. And I sat there and I go, listen, your mindset is everything. And I noticed that when you're going through something, you don't have the confidence, and confidence is everything, right? So if you're in an interview and you're kind of lousy at the interview and not feeling it, it's gonna reflect onto that interview, right? So I shared that story to the young ladies, or I like to call them young because we're young still. Um, but I shared that with them and they're like, oh, that's interesting, right? Because we don't realize we carry energy. Energy is everything. Mindset is everything. And we carry that with us when we walk in the room and we dump it off in an interview. It's not going to work. That ties into what I'm going to let Cheese bring up because we had this conversation about mindset. And I'm going to let you tell the rest of the story about why mindset is everything and tie
Well,
it into the midlifers.
I think it just dawned on me that, gosh, that's such a great story. And how do we kind of change our moods, our mindset? What is it that we can do that we can own? And yes, it's a glass of wine, right? Like, absolutely. It can be music. Music is so mood altering to me. But I thought about you guys and
Mhm.
your humor and what you do for us, and grabbing and holding on for dear life to anyone who touches you in a way that gives you that kind of positive reflection that you need, or that energy that you need, or that mindset that you need. It was so great to like hear Tony's story and go, wow, that's why we're interviewing them. We want to laugh, absolutely, but just want to acknowledge that people like you bring
Mhm.
so much joy, and it's what we're craving, what we need. And we
Mhm.
just want to thank you, and kind of in that spirit, dive into you as our guests today. And frankly, I'm so excited about this podcast. I'm so excited. I really wish you were my next door neighbors.
We're always
But
looking for more girls in the girl squad, so
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on over.
I mean, I am not afraid to hop on a plane. I'm just going to tell you. Um,
You're welcome.
Introducing two women who are redefining midlife with honesty, humor, and the kind of sisterhood that gives us life.
Awesome. Awesome. Amen to that. So Queens, Lisa, Suzette, you duels behind the midlifers at the table. They're bold and they're making midlife look like the glow up at the stage. So welcome aboard onto who's sitting at your table. And all right,
Thank
let's
you
let's
for
get
having
going.
us. We're very
Yeah.
excited about this.
Okay. Well, take us back, ladies. How did midlife actually get started? Like,
Well, we are backdoor neighbors. We have a fence in between
I
our
love it.
homes. And we've been into shenanigans for several years together. Like, I'll call up and say, I'm tired of looking at my mantle. I'm going to make a new mantle. Bring over a nail gun and let's get going. Like, you never know what you're going to find the two of us doing. So, for years, we've been saying, gosh, our neighbors are laughing at us. Maybe we should do something and share it. And then the timing was right about a year and a half ago. And we started building this idea. And what we realized is nobody was actually talking to us. There was fitness, there's fashion, there's food in our category of age, but there wasn't just life. And so Suzette would yell over the fence and say, this just happened. Has that ever happened to you? And I would yell over the fence and say, this has happened. Has that happened to you? And we thought if we're asking each other this, there's probably a whole community out there. And we thought, why don't we try and find that community? And that's how it started.
That's awesome.
Love it. I mean, and you two are hilarious, but also so real. How do you decide what to share publicly versus what stays in like the group chat?
Well, Lisa will tell you that like I have no pride. I have some pride. There's some things we don't share, but like I don't care about getting into a bikini and having Lisa put a leaf blower on my belly and watching all my postpartum just, undulate in the
And she's had twins.
yeah,
And
I don't really care.
That's
I love
funny.
I love the word undulate.
Well,
Suzette will do just about anything
Mhm.
and say just about anything. And so there's really nothing that's off the table, but we do want to sprinkle joy in whatever we're doing. So it kind of, we're always looking at the angle of like, well, would this bring somebody joy?
Mhm.
Like, is it worthwhile sharing? Does it really relate to our community? There's lots of funny out there, but does it relate to our community specifically? So it's usually, does it relate to our community and would it bring joy?
Yeah.
Love
Or
that. And in
sometimes we're just
fact,
like, we got something dumb. We saw something on TikTok. Let's go.
Let's do the
I love the unabashed. In fact, I really love you guys have a quote, something about I'm not going to yuck on someone's yum.
That's
That
her.
just is thank you, yes, please to that. Have you ever hit a post and immediately thought my kids are going to kill me with this one?
No, we're both really lucky to have kids that are cheering us on. They're
I
all
love
kind
that.
of a goat, and they're so funny. And they're like, if anything, they're always trying to get in. And we keep saying, you're not part of the narrative. Like, we're trying to not talk about being moms as much. We can be empty nesters, or you can like have like things that relate to midlife, but we're trying to stay in our lane. Our husbands are like, how can we get in there? What's an opportunity? So
I love
we don't watch cheerleaders. And nice.
Yeah, we do.
The
Love it.
dumber, the better.
Yeah.
Always like,
Yeah.
that's a great idea. That made me
Do it.
laugh.
Yeah.
Well, Suzette walked in my house. I have younger kids because we started later, but Suzette walked in my house one day wearing a two-piece bikini, and she had a camera and I had a leaf blower. My kids are around. Nobody flinched.
Nobody
Nobody
cared.
commented. Nobody did anything.
We'll have wigs on and stuff like that. Nobody cares.
I walked into our house one day in a leotard with tights and then like a Dorothy from Golden Girls wig. And her husband was right. I said, hey, Jeff. And I just kept walking into the house. And I never thought anything of it. Like, that seemed completely normal that I was in flesh colored tights, a
What's
wig.
up? Yeah.
Who cares?
But
Yeah.
how funny is that they embrace it? It's funny
love
that they
it.
embrace it.
And that's the great thing about midlife too, is you start embracing yourself and you start saying, I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm enjoying life. I'm having fun. I want to make other people laugh. And if that's not your gig, great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scroll on. We don't want those, right? That was
Exactly.
going to tee me up to the next. So yeah, was there ever a post or comment that you realize, okay, I've officially struck a nerve with the women everywhere, right? Have you gotten a comment like that?
We have one post that we joke is our most controversial post, and it's called,
Don't call me grandma.
we found out that people have very strong opinions about grandma, and they were very upset that we had offended them. We were asking, like, basically, if I were to get to pick in my future life when I hopefully have grandkids, I don't think I'm going to be called grandma. They might call me like Toots, or they might call me Lolly, or we were just saying there's so many names now. But we got the most angry troll posts on the grandma, and we think it's the funniest thing that,
Oh,
right?
that's hilarious.
Big
That's
mad.
funny.
They're like, yeah, that's an honorific. You should never. And I'm like, hey,
And then they started saying things
Yeah.
like, we look like old grandmas,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
things that we
Oh
hadn't been,
my
nobody's talking
gosh.
about our looks, nobody's talking about anything. But the one post when we said, don't call us grandma, became like so controversial to the point where Suzette turned off the comments and was like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I'm done getting haters.
Protect our
And I
peace.
thought,
Protect our peace.
yeah, all about grandma, nothing else. We've done a million other
Wow.
things. Nobody's even so much as like,
Mm.
I mean,
That's
I would say out of
funny.
the hundreds of thousands of comments, we've probably had 2 or 4 that are a little bit kind of biting, except for the grandma post. And
Yeah.
that was just like,
Wow.
Do you
angry,
know what?
angry.
That's
Do
a
you know what I
shocker.
call haters?
What?
Fans in denial.
Good call. I like that. We're gonna steal that.
Suzanne every now and again will be like, thank you for increasing our algorithm. Send
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This
Exactly.
community is so amazing. Found, somebody posted the other day, it takes 2 seconds to scroll on. These women are amazing. And I was like, we don't even need to say anything anymore. This community is so loving and so giving and so
I love it.
forgiving and funny that we're like, just come enjoy. And if you don't enjoy, scroll on.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I enjoy
I
your
actually love
posts.
the
I
way
enjoy them.
you invite people to join in with
Mhm.
ideas and how many you get. It's fabulous. Like just
Mhm.
seeing the community, just like, "Oh, yeah, I can talk about colonoscopies or peeing when I am on the trampoline or, like,
Yeah.
They're funnier than we are. That's what we've learned is that we are lucky enough to be in a position right now to light the match. But the bonfire comes from the hilarious nature of this community. We live for the comments.
Mhm.
The comments are to die for. We feel
love.
like we do this tiny spark and then I'll call her and be like, dude, I can't even read anymore. I'm laughing so hard. They are so funny. So we're just grateful. We're grateful to be part of this.
Uh,
Their comments can inspire you, right? The inspirer gets inspired, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And by the way, I bought the bra, by the way. I bought that bra. Did you guys see that post? I did. It was
Oh my gosh.
Really soft.
super
I don't know
comfortable.
And for $20, it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah.
totally good deal. All right. What's
So
up?
we're
I
going to
love
talk
it.
glow up next. What's the biggest lie we've been told about midlife?
I think it's over. It's a chapter,
Yeah.
like you're going, and especially if you maybe have the milestones of like children exiting or those kind of things, then you're done. Your role is done. And I think we compartmentalize different roles in life. And I am not my mom's 52. I'm my 52. My mom lived a different 40 than I lived. And so
Mhm.
I think it's very important to realize that as long as you're happy and healthy and thriving at whatever age, that now is your time. Now is your time when you're 40. Now is your time when you're 50. Now is your time when you're 61. Whatever it is, live in that. And if you're a
Yeah.
grandma, great. If you want to go learn skydiving, great. If you want to start a new career, we have several friends who restarted careers, went to nursing school in their 40s after having a career, decided they wanted to go back. That scares me to death. And they were like, I'm doing it. They're amazing, so
Yeah.
live in them.
I would say it's
Yeah.
just a new chapter. The
Yeah.
biggest lie is that it's all downhill. I think there are, we like to make fun of the physical parts of you
The
that are going
gravity.
downhill or like mental things that are as sharp maybe as when you were in your 20s. But it's not a downhill. It's kind of just a fun coasting because all the hard work you did to being who you are and arriving at
Mhm.
midlife really pays off. The things you are that are authentic and interesting and unique,
Yeah.
that's when you can really harvest that and share it with other people. And you don't, again, the effort is low. You can be like, I'm me. I'm not gonna bust it trying to make people like this version of who I am because it's who I
Yeah.
am. That's okay.
Yeah,
We're
you're not
we're
finding
accepting.
yourself anymore.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
accepting it ourselves, and we love ourselves enough, and we've
Yeah.
been there, done that, and we're like give two f's about what other people think, right? So
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
once told me that college is the best time of your life, and I was like, "Fuck that!" It was after college that they told me that, and I was like, "No, I'm going to make now the best time of my life. Always,
Mhm.
now
yeah,
is the best time of my
the
life."
present
And
moment.
so, yeah, I do love the fact that you guys joke about like the wrinkles and the stuff that we deal with the eyesight and memory and that sort of thing. It's real, right? I love the authenticity,
Mhm.
but redefining midlife almost from just a genuine joy perspective and going to bed at 9 because I want to. Yeah, I'm leaving. Bye bye. like, or
Yep.
I might only have 3 friends now, but I'm happy with that. Um,
Good friends. They're authentic people who love you as you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll exit the party at 8 o'clock with you.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And you don't care. You're okay with that, right? We
right.
don't have the
Yeah.
FOMO like we used to have when we were younger, right? So this is kind of a timely thing too, because my next question is, like, what has midlife given you that your 30s could never give you? So we've already talked about the age, but what has it given you that you could never get in your 30s?
For me, it's confidence. I think I always felt like I was a smart, capable person. But when you're in your 30s, there's always this next tier of people above you who are like, been there, done that, kind of those things. And now I feel like I'm in that tier of people where I say, oh, I have expertise. I have things to share. And I have knowledge, no matter what you've done with the previous 40 or 50 years,
Mhm.
you've got something to share. And I think that confidence is so fun. Again, not that I don't get knocked down, I hit my own house with my car the other day.
Okay, I'm not laughing, but I'm laughing.
Oh, it's funny. But, again, not that it's perfection, but it's just the confidence. And I was like, well, okay.
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh, shit." But if you'd have done that in your 30s, you probably would have cried, or you probably been really upset and
Oh, yeah,
started
I would have been
ruin your whole
stressed
day.
about everything. Yeah, totally. And now I'm like, well, push the bumper
Yeah.
back on and it
Shit
hit.
happens. Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
it totally does. That's okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just glad you didn't say naps because I've been doing that all along, like probably since I was 18. So,
There's no shame
uh,
in naps. We are
oh
We are very
God,
pro-nap.
I am pro nap too. I protect those things.
So what would you say that surprised you the most in this chapter? Like something you actually love about aging?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's really fun. I thought I would be kind of depressed and focused. I think Gen Xers grew up a lot in such a body image world. So knowing
Darn you,
that
Farrah Fawcett.
the
Darn you.
yes,
Yeah.
right? You all were babes. No,
Yeah.
so I think knowing that all those physical things were going to happen was concerning. And what
Mhm.
I didn't realize is what Suzette was just talking about, the confidence and the fact that that's what makes me really beautiful. And that's what makes me so much more fun to be at a party. Nobody's like, is the hot 55-year-old here at the party? Like, they're like, oh my gosh, is Suzette walked in the door? Like, she's going to make this party so fun.
How many
Love
cars
it.
did she pinball off of and to get in? Why is that alarm going off?
And
Oh,
things like the more people you build your tribe with those people, like we have this bucket now that is full of reading glasses from friends that have left them. And it's this huge joke that
That's
any
funny.
party you're at, you just walk over to the bucket and grab a pair of glasses so that you have them to continue on at the party. And I'm
That
like,
is freaking funny.
I love that.
I would have
I
been
love that.
panicking, right? But now I'm like, everyone gets a pair of glasses. You get a pair of glasses. You get a pair of glasses. We can all see tonight. Like,
I love
so
it.
fun. Who
That is
cares?
freaking
It's
funny.
way more fun than I pictured it.
Great.
So awesome. Um,
How many
and
times
I
have
and
you
I
said,
I,
I don't
I
have a pair of
literally just
glasses?
I just order them off Amazon now in like multiples. Like I don't even go to the eye doctor anymore. It's
sprinkle
just like
them
I
like
know I'm getting
confetti,
worse.
and then they're always at arm's reach. You know what I mean? It's great.
So, Tony and I had a podcast where we wrote a letter to our 20-year-old self. And this next question, I'm kind of changing it up a little bit, but I would like to know, like, what would you tell your 20-year-old self, like what lies ahead?
I would say it's going to be okay. Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
think it's going to be okay. There's lots of stuff you're not going to be able to control. In fact, most of your life is out of your control. You're going to work hard and put the effort in, but whatever comes your way, you are going to rise to the occasion. You're going to handle it, and it's going to be okay. Maybe it's different than you thought it was going to be, but it'll be
Like
okay.
a big hug,
Yeah.
a big hug to
Yeah.
20-year-old you.
Yeah, for
A
sure.
big hug. I got to say,
Well,
when we
and
did that,
perspective is everything. I think
yeah.
age gives you perspective,
Mhm.
but perspective is everything. And so we were just talking about how, like, the snow falls here and the first snow falls, and people go, ugh. And then other people go, yes. The snow didn't change. The snow is
No.
the exact same.
Yes,
What is
exactly.
different are different people's perspectives. And
Mhm.
so when you bump your car into your own house, and that's not good for the house nor the car that you own, it's your perspective. It's not the car nor the house that changed in that scenario. It's your perspective. And I think telling my 20-year-old self if you can find great perspective and positive perspective, life is so fun.
100%.
Because there's always growth in challenges. There's always growth in negative. There's always growth. Anything that comes your way can be positive or negative. It's what you put into it as a perspective.
Well, and I will say this too. I feel very strongly about this. I embrace the challenging times of my life or moments even. Like I'm almost like I just envelop them because I love the idea that it's a barometer for happy. It's teaching me
Yep.
joy. If I don't know what pain is, how am I going to really recognize the good stuff? So I really try to embrace and not belabor it and not like woe is me all day long kind of like it depends on what it is the pain is, but give myself the opportunity to feel it and really appreciate that emotion and then like move on, right? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but I agree with you. It is what you make of it. You know, it's not just about like, it's like some people can kind of look at things a little bit more like glass half empty. And I just love being like, let's fill that shit. Like
Yeah.
fill
Yeah.
it up.
We do a podcast segment called Binging with My Bitches. And we talk about what we're binging. And so I'm the girl that's always got comedy or drama, happy drama comedy. You will not catch me watching. Back when I was a teenager, I'd watch like, like the whole scary, like Friday the 13th back in the day, right? But you try to be the cool kid and you go with all your friends. I hated scary movies. I'm all about comedy, 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 comedy. I love to laugh. And that's why I love following your social media content because it's so funny. I
It
love
is.
it.
It's joyous.
Thank you.
All right.
Mindset is
Um,
everything.
It literally is so joyous. We actually have a spin-off of Binging with My Bitches called Cringing What We're Binging, which is also us like going, I really want to admit to the world that I watch Love After Lockup?
Speaking of Love After Lockup, you got to tell them. You got to tell them about Love After Lockup. We did a binge,
We'll
cringing
talk
when we're
about that
binging. No,
we'll
you
talk.
just have to say it.
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
All right. All
All
right.
right.
They actually did filming in her house. I'm just
Oh
going to say it.
God. Oh my
Literally,
goodness. Okay,
they
let's
film in
go.
her house.
Let's get back to the show. Yeah, I had ex-felons in my house. That's what we're talking about.
Anyways, okay, all right. Let's
Okay,
do.
no,
Let's
we
do
don't need to
some.
go into it anymore. Let's get on with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing.
Let's do like some sort of fun lightning round. The myth busters. Like let's throw out some statements out there, true or false. Right? Just tell us.
Let's do it.
Tell us true
All
or
right.
false and why. Right?
Okay. I'm gonna knock
You
these
go
out.
first.
Once you
Yep.
hit 40, your playlist freezes in 2002.
Ooh, false.
Yeah, I'd go with false.
I agree.
There's quite a few.
And why?
though.
Why is it false?
I love new music. I get bored. I want to try new stuff. Not that I hate the old stuff. I'm just
Yeah.
always,
I like it all.
what's
Explore
new.
it.
Give me
Yeah.
some yacht rock. Give me some Kendrick
Yep.
Lamar.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I love bouncing from the 50s, 80s, 2010, like all over the place. We just love music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay,
Us
hot
too.
flashes are basically spiritual awakenings. True or false? not giving hot flashes of love. Not doing it.
There's nothing spiritual about your pitch
Oh.
scenes.
Yeah.
All right, so you lose friends but gain peace.
True.
Yeah, that's very true.
I would say maybe a spin on it is not necessarily lose, but choose less friends. Like you don't necessarily lose them. You might make your
I think
decision.
you whittle down, right?
I like
You
that.
can be kind and have a big community, but your tribe, we always talk about our tribe, is just, those are your people.
Love
it.
All right. Midlife kills your sex drive. For the men out there listening.
Until you get on HRT.
You need your HRT.
If you're on HRT, nothing is impossible.
Well, I'd say that. And also apologizing to my ex-husband. We're best friends. Like I love his girlfriend. But also divorce helps with the sex drive because suddenly
There
it's
you
like,
go. There you go. See?
maybe I want to try something new here.
That's something strange.
Okay. It's too late to reinvent yourself. True or false?
False.
No, we have lots of friends who have decided they're just going to dive in with something completely different that they've always wanted to do.
Yeah, over and over again. And just do it again.
I love it. Yep.
Yeah. Reinventing ourselves after 40 is kind of our love language here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
You
Yeah.
have the time. You have the cash, hopefully.
And you have the confidence.
Yeah,
Go do
absolutely.
it.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. What's the most moving message you've ever received by a follower on your midlife journey? What's the most moving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we pretty new. We had started, but both of us had this feeling that this wasn't really about us. This was bigger than us. And we didn't know what that meant. And we didn't know where this little adventure was going to take us. But we'd had that feeling over and over again universally. And there'd been some things that solidified that. And we put something out, and we got a comment, a DM actually. And she said, I just need you to know that I haven't gotten out of bed in a few days and I've
Oh.
been incredibly depressed. And you just came across my feed and I laughed for the first time that I can remember. Thank
Oh
you.
my gosh.
And
That's awesome.
the two of us were like, screenshot that, look at this. This is why we're doing this. And we both thought, okay, that's why we're doing it. I don't know who this woman is. To this day, we obviously commented back with her and we were glad she was feeling better. But it's not about us. It's about taking this little platform that we've been given and sprinkling a little bit of joy in somebody's dark, sad bedroom, in somebody's moment of grief. We've had people reply and say, my mom just passed away and I haven't laughed yet. And I came across you guys and I laughed out loud. Thank you. And we're just like,
Oh my gosh.
oh my
It's
gosh,
the
you're welcome.
the inspirer gets inspired, right?
Yeah.
It feeds your soul, the connection of it. Yeah, that's awesome.
And I
I
think a
love
lot of
that.
people are really lonely too. And I think
Yeah.
that's been a fun thing to have, again, this is a wonderful thing that social media can do, which is somebody will put something out and somebody will be like, oh, I love your name, and it'll just kind of snowball. And we try to cultivate something very encouraging on midlifers and very positive. And I think people who follow us pick up on that vibe and they try to encourage others when when there's opportunity to do so. So I think when you're building a community like that, you hope it's not just Lisa and I responding to messages, but somebody else will pick up the mantle and say, oh yeah, you are great. You're doing great. Oh yeah, that happened to me, blah, blah, blah,
We've
Yeah.
had
They're
a lot of,
collaborating. Yeah.
midlife can be a tough time too, right? You got
Mhm.
cancer diagnoses, parents passing away, friends, like all these hard things. And when someone is willing to share that, we've seen an incredible rally of the community around those comments. And it's fun to just even stay out of it and be kind of somebody looking in the window and watch this
Yeah.
amazing community build each other.
That's
I
so
love
powerful.
this. I mean,
Yeah.
again, like the joy that you bring, the happiness that you bring, it adds to the smiles, but also can bring people out of a dark place. That's lovely.
Yeah, it is definitely.
So why do you think so many people our age still hesitate to own their spotlight? Like, is there something that you think gives them pause?
I think Lisa and I recognize that what we're able to do is a privilege. I think there are people who are still busting it, trying to make ends meet, are still in marriages that are not healthy, are still trying to do all kinds of things. And we just happen to be at a place in our life where we have, a couple hours a day to go and do dumb stuff just to, make people smile. I don't know why why they're not able to step up, but again, the great thing about midlife too is your story's not done, and I'm like, if you're in a moment right now where you're like, I'm not stepping into my sunshine, I'm not doing what I know I could do, doesn't mean it won't be that way. There's still life left to live. And I hope that people would get encouragement from us and say, oh yeah, if these two idiots could do it, I can do something.
Well, I'm very impressed with the content that you like. I'm like,
Oh
oh my
yeah.
gosh, yes. I mean, every time you guys pop up in the feed, I'm like, oh my god, that's so true. And where do they get all these ideas? I'm going through, and we're all going through in midlife. But it's like you just come up with them, and it's like, oh my
Ah,
god, I forgot about that. Oh yes, it's
Yeah.
just it's so funny.
it,
So
it's
yeah,
amazing content. It is
yeah,
amazing content.
it is. We really love it. So, what does sisterhood look like for you two right now in this season of life?
Authentic.
Yeah, I was going to say honesty. Yeah.
I
Mm.
mean, I got Bell's palsy, which is a partial paralysis of your face,
Mm.
a couple months ago. And it was
Oh
actually my
wow,
second time getting it. It's
wow.
very terrible, but usually temporary or whatever. There's still part of it. But this was the one dark thing. I had had it 4 or 5 years ago. And it was this one thing in my life that I said I could never do again. It was a very dark time for me. It was very hard. I'm very outgoing, very social. But when your face is disfigured, and my speech was impaired and my eyesight and hearing, so many things. So I have said this many times, I couldn't do it again. I wake up and I have it. 4 months, 4 months ago, yes. And I call Suzette and I am a mess. Like an app, because I knew it was going to be a dark time. And she's like, I don't care. We're done with this. We can just throw this. Like, we don't need to do this ever again. You don't ever have to get on the, like, she
Oh
was
my
immediately
gosh.
worried about who I was and what I
Mhm.
needed. And
That's
even though we're
awesome.
business partners, right? And then I said, I got through one day and I cried the whole day. And then I woke up and I'm like, nope, I'm going to make joy out of this. I need you to make me laugh. And then she switched gears and she's like, all right, let's go make fun of your face. Let's go do whatever you want to do.
I love it. You guys are awesome.
It was very much like she saw me in the moment when I needed to
Mm,
just be in complete, utter
mhm,
pity and sorrow, right? That was my tribe.
mhm.
And she was like, let's rally the people around. Let's get everybody who wants to be sad with you today, whatever you need to do. And then the next day, when I chose to switch gears, it was like she was the biggest protector, too, of like, get out of her way. If you're not here to laugh, she doesn't need you in your life. And
Mhm.
she was much
Love it.
more, yeah, like she was able to switch gears with me, understanding what I needed. And I think that's the authenticity, right? If you
Mhm.
want to be in the ditches, your friends are going to come with you. But then when it's
Mhm.
time to lift, they're going to be the first ones shoving you out on your
Yep.
face, getting you out of that hole.
Yep.
And building you.
Mhm.
And I truly think this round has gotten better so much quicker because we have laughed a lot. And I'm like, I think it was healing and it was okay to tell other people that my face was jacked up and it was okay to film that way and it was okay to be uncomfortable because other people are doing much harder things. But the authenticity I still had.
That is
Mhm.
amazing. I will say I feel like there are some friends who can be there for you in your times of need, but they're not there necessarily when you're joyous. And then there are
Mm.
people who are just fucking fun to hang out with, but they're maybe not there. So when you have both, yes, please hang on to that tribe. Like when you get
Yes.
both in one, it's amazing
It's a
connection.
million
It's
dollars.
amazing. And it's amazing human. Like when you find that in
Everything
each
needs a
other.
Suzette.
Everybody needs a Lisa. I have twin boys who
Exactly.
are severely mentally handicapped and severely
Mm.
autistic. They're
Mm.
22. They live at my house with me and my husband.
Wild
We
ride.
got a lot going on. My life is not what I thought it was going to be. I'm dealing with stuff that I never ever dreamed I would be dealing with. And Lisa's like, we got you. We got you. So we're
I
all
just want to
good.
give you guys both a big hug right now. I love you
Yeah.
guys.
I know.
I
I
do.
can't even tell you how much it means that you're sharing this because to
Yeah.
me it's like when you share stuff like this and other people hear it, they
Makes
don't
you
feel as
really real.
alone.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
you either you identify or you sympathize or you empathize. Like it's just magic when women share, when anyone shares something that they're going through. You never know, right? You guys are
Mhm.
Well,
so happy you
everyone's got
present.
their bag of crazy.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Yes.
got their
Yes.
hot mess. And it's just,
Mhm.
and I think that's the one, for all the great I think social media really does do. The side I don't love is the picture perfect lives
Mhm.
because that's not what life is. Every
Exactly.
person we see is a hot mess. It's just to what degree they can kind of drive through that hot mess. And Suzette is a champion of joy and she lives in a very unique life. She's got a very unique life and she has figured out how to find joy in every day. And she's
Queen
very
Joy.
open about yeah.
Yeah.
When you bring joy
Queen
to
Joy.
others, right? When you
Yep.
bring joy, it comes back at you. But she's also very honest about the tools. Like medication is a great thing in life. It helps you
Yes.
find joy. Counseling is a great thing in life. It helps you find joy. Exercise is a great thing. It helps you find joy. So I think the more we talk about those tools, the more
Mhm.
people also can find their joy because people are here to be joyful. So
Right.
Mhm.
let's own the hot mess and the hard and then also find that perspective and find that joy.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
don't we
But
don't often
100%.
talk about the hard stuff on Midlifers. I mean, truthfully, we want to just bring a smile to people's faces and let them know they're not
Mhm.
alone. But we're
Mhm.
not trying to shy away from that either. As things come up, like when Lisa had Bell's palsy, he's like, "All right, I'm ready to do it. Let's go and tell the people what's going on." Um, you know, which was so brave because you never know how people are going to take whatever
Yeah.
they see on their screen.
Never seen Suzette so attentive to the comments that day. She's like, don't look at anything. I'm going to, like, if somebody calls you a troll, we're going to like
Nah,
fix it. And I
and
was like,
nobody did.
people were kind and they were cheering me
That's
that's
on and
awesome.
great.
it is what it is.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I am guilty of, posting the joy, the happy, the kids, funnies. I don't really like to get into personally like politics or anything that's, gonna, kind of spark.
Divine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't really like posting when I'm sad because I don't really want to invoke the prayers and the like all the sympathy kind of. I just don't. It doesn't resonate with me. I'd rather share that with close friends, or if it's helpful, like you guys are helping, by sharing.
I think that's such a great fine tuning of midlife too, where you say, I know when to tell my deep things to the people who honestly truly care and can help with something, like when I need help and Lisa's always there for me. Or when you just like, you know what, you haven't earned a space in the inner circle. I can still be friends and that's okay. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
That
100%.
is very much part of midlife in the sense that you know when to open that gate because I don't need superficial sympathy messages. Like if Suzette had posted, "Oh my gosh, I wrecked my car today,"
I just pulled the bumper off, and I was able to shove it.
little bit.
Okay.
It's a
It's
little.
really back, and the house is
It was
fine.
little,
The house is fine.
but she posted that right. You get all these people. Oh my gosh, are you okay? How is this? Da, da, da." And that would
Yeah.
be an attention grab. That's not what she was looking
No.
for. If anything, she
Mhm.
would be like, "You're an idiot. Why'd you hit your own dang house?" Like she was looking to find
Not to hit a bag of leaves.
Thank goodness.
I can't hear Cheese. Cheese, your volume is. We can't hear you now. We can't hear you now. I'll I'll take the next question.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
Oh,
What
I
happened?
was just gonna ask if you had to open a claim for both home and auto.
Well, I'm not claiming it. I'm trying to fix it myself. I had to push the bumper back on. And then my nanny was like, "What about some duct tape?" And I was like, "Well, we won't go there. That's a bridge I won't cross. I won't duct tape my car." So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit happens. So
Yeah,
tell me,
it
yes, and
does.
it's okay.
I feel like we could skip to. I feel like we've done a lot of answering some of the next two
Yeah.
questions. Do you want to
You
just
want
go
to
to
do?
the rapid fire? And honestly, I did the last line of questionings. Why don't you handle these?
Okay, let's do a rapid fire crown check is what we're calling this. Okay, Queens, it's crown check time. No thinking. First thing that comes to mind. Okay. All right. Midlife anthem song.
D. Snyder, we're not going to take it.
Love it. Love it.
I'm still standing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Okay. All right. Next one. I love it. Okay. Guilty pleasure show or snack. You pick.
Ooh, I like lots of. I don't really have a guilty pleasure show.
What was the one you just did?
We just watched Diplomat
No,
and
the pretty.
Summer I Turned Pretty. Yes,
She's got
Nice.
and
Okay, I'm
my
adding
guilty
that to my
pleasure-
list.
All right.
Adding it to
Summer
my
I
list.
turned pretty. Is
It's
it?
dumb,
Oh,
but
is it
you'll get
dumb?
sucked in.
Love it.
You'll get sucked in. I love it. All right.
And my guilty pleasure snack would be a Reese's peanut butter cup every day.
Oh God, who doesn't love? Yeah, who doesn't love a Reese's
I
peanut butter
love
cup,
them.
right?
Right?
All right. Self-care move that actually works.
red light therapy.
Oh my gosh, I was just gonna say
Yeah,
that.
red light therapy masks. They really work. And we
Yeah.
actually
really
went
do,
to
huh?
our
Mhm.
yeah, so we went to our dermatologist and partnered. She's amazing, Dr. Stoller. She said that she would take our before pictures. She comped our before pictures and she took them. She's like, yeah, 50 something. That's what your faces look like under the lights, whatever. We did the very bare minimum of the red light masks, very bare minimum, twice a week, whatever. Came back 3 months later, 3 months, 8 weeks,
Yeah.
something. As the pictures flashed up the second time, I'm like, I can see the difference with
Yeah.
my own eyes.
It was
Like,
crazy.
Wow.
and she goes, I had no idea we were going to see such dramatic changes. It's amazing.
Did you,
Wow.
did you guys do a little segment on that? Did you guys do a red?
We
Did you
did,
guys
we
bring it
did.
back? Oh, you did. I gotta go look for it.
It's an older
it's
one,
old.
but it's amazing what they do.
Yeah.
Love it.
Um,
Love it.
And they're saying it, they do healing. I've now been reading about red light therapy, intense red light therapy for like hip pain, knee joint pain. It's like very midlife. I'm going to be wrapping my bed in red light.
I love it.
Just like wrapped in it. Just
Wrap it up like bubble wrap and just, honey, I'm
Kinda
coming to bed.
like a tanning bed, and it's red light therapy.
Yes.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Highly recommend.
Okay, what's your best part of midlife in one word?
Fun.
Love it.
Cash.
What's
Listen, we didn't have a ton of money
Oh
when we
my
were
God.
first there and stuff. And now I'm not saying we're rich. I'm just saying I don't have to put as much mental energy towards that,
You
Yeah.
can
I
afford the
love it.
gallon of
Yeah. Gallon of milk.
I love it.
Yes.
You don't have to think
Okay.
about the budget.
Nice.
Okay.
Love it.
And we always have this thing where who's sitting at your table, and we talk about who you're going to bring to your table. So, which queen, dead or alive or in the past, would you reserve a seat at your table for?
Pick men when this question
Do
comes
you?
up. Yeah. So now I've got to
Really?
think of a
Hey, maybe
woman.
a king. Maybe it be a king. It's okay. Let's talk about. You could bring a king to the
Who's
table.
Yeah,
that?
we love kings too.
I would love to have met Walt Disney. It's
Oh,
his,
yeah.
his legacy is happiness. And yet
Mhm.
he was a very fierce businessman who at one point they said, well, sorry, we're not giving you any more money. He's like, well, sorry, the project's not done, so I'm not giving you any money back. And he was able to leverage enough money to build Disneyland and then get it off the ground. But he was such a cutthroat businessman who then's legacy was all joy. And I
I
just
love
think
it.
it's such an interesting dynamic that I've always wanted to meet that individual to be like, was he fun at a cocktail party or like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. What about you, Suzette?
Would be Betty White. I think
Oh
she
my
is
God, that's a
hilarious.
good one.
Was
Oh,
hilarious.
yes.
I think he knew how to light up a room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Comedic timing was perfection.
And she owned herself.
100%.
She
Yeah.
owned
Mhm.
exactly who she was, and she wasn't apologetic for who
Yep.
she was
Nope.
ever.
Yep.
Yep.
Loved
Yep.
I
I
her.
loved her too. She's
Yeah.
amazing. All right. Your dream collab for the Midlifers. What's your dream collab?
Not my dream collab, but my husband said if we can get a sauna company to sponsor us, that is his dream. I mean, go
His dream.
He wants an outdoor sauna.
Yeah, he really does.
That's his
So,
collab dream.
Yeah.
But I think they mean
Do you hear that, sauna
People.
companies?
yeah.
So we just need to post this. We'll post this podcast on all the sauna companies.
Oh, people.
The dream
Yeah.
people collab.
Ooh,
Yep.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say New Height.
Ooh.
So that would be
The Kelsey.
the Kelsey brothers.
Uh-huh.
And I think but I'd want to do it as Taylor Swift turns 40 so that she'd be entering midlife with all of us.
Oh my God,
'Cause
that's
then
hilarious.
The five of, I mean, you're talking dream, right? So the
Yeah.
five of us would be midlifers and we
Oh
could
my God.
introduce her to this stage in our life.
That would
I
be
would have too much
awesome.
pit sweat. I don't think I could
Yeah.
handle that one.
Suzette
It would
sweats
not
a
be
lot
good.
when
It
she
would
gets
not be good.
nervous.
It would not be good.
No, but that would be amazing. Can you imagine?
You have 4 years, right? Isn't she about 36?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
she's
I just
35,
know
I
that
think, yeah.
I'm like, we've looked at doing some collabs with men and it hasn't meshed right. And I feel like those two are really comfortable, obviously, in their space and they would just let it rip. They
Lisa's
would,
a big sports fan.
I'm a big sports fan, but they would
Awesome.
probably share a lot of midlife men stories that we've been missing because
Yeah.
they'd be real. And I feel like a lot of people shy away from stuff. I think they would talk about anything we could get them to talk about.
Love that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
I don't have
All right.
anybody that I would.
You don't have anybody?
I want to meet and be with tons of people, but I don't know. Like Lisa's the dreamer in this relationship. Lisa, the first time she had this idea, bust open my back.
So we got a dream
door.
queen and a joy queen.
She busts open my back door to my kitchen, and she walks in and puts a bag on the table, and it was already pre-made with like Midlifer logo and stuff
I
like
had
that.
a midlifer t-shirt made and I said, if it's good enough to have a t-shirt, I think the idea is going to work.
Yeah, so I'm not the dreamer.
Wow.
I'm the more realistic person.
Yeah.
But
Love it.
Well, you
I'm talking
you
to all
guys
kinds
bring
of people.
joy and dream here. All right. One last question. One word you hope women use to describe your platform.
Fun.
Yeah.
Joy.
I was gonna say fun.
Joy. Fun and joy.
I
like
want
it.
to.
That's what you guys bring.
Yeah, I want to
Thank
tell. I want to tell you absolutely, and along the lines of the midlifing and the colonoscopy. I want to tell you a funny story. I actually got my first colonoscopy
High five.
at the end of last year, and it was because a friend of mine, my college roommate, her brother-in-law actually got diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. Devastating, right? But like the message was clear: get it done. And as I'm going under, I asked the doctor, "So are we going to do some butt stuff?"
Question.
And he
Where?
said, and he said yes.
Oh my gosh. We were talking
Only
with somebody the
cheese.
other day, and they asked their doctor after the colonoscopy if they found any hot dogs in there.
She was still kind of out of it. And that was her question as she
Oh,
was exiting the like procedure. And he's like,
No.
no hot dogs were
yeah,
found.
that's hilarious. Yeah, I actually asked my doctor that, and I think he was just like, "What am I getting myself into with this one?"
Hey, if you're a proctologist, you probably brought a lot of joy to his day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they got to be
Yeah,
funny. My cookie
I hope
is, they're
so.
funny.
you have to
Yeah.
be,
Just
right?
enjoy life.
Yeah.
So,
He's not an ass about it. All right. All right. Okay. That wasn't as funny as cheese is. So, our next question, Lisa and Suzette, you've proved that midlife isn't a crisis. It's a goddamn good story. Where can listeners find you or follow you and join your midlife movement? This is your time on our very big platform to share. I say that facetiously. Our platform, I mean.
We can be found on social media outlets, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We are not cool enough for TikTok. TikTok does not
Okay.
like us. They never put us out in the algorithm, but we are out there. And our handle is midlifers_.
So
Okay.
come find us. Come join the
We'll
fun.
follow
awesome.
it. Yes. Yep. Let's follow it,
Yay.
guys.
And
Awesome.
don't hold back on the skincare recs, okay? The skincare recs, okay? We're gonna need those.
Ooh,
Um,
do you have some for us?
no, not me. Have you seen my skin?
That's also a midlife thing is you got to share info. You know what I mean? We're not hoarding
I love it.
information anymore.
Well,
You know
now
what I
you're
mean?
stuck with us, and we're stuck with you, and we're gonna just be sharing,
Woo!
Lucky
Yeah,
us.
I'm entering the golden years, by the way. I'm 59. So I don't know what that's not considered midlife anymore, is it? Is it death?
Oh, you're
End of
midlife.
lifers,
with
end
us.
of lifers.
Okay.
We welcome it. Oh my gosh. Lisa has an 8-year-old and she calls herself a mini midlifer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started very.
Aw, that's so cute.
That is
That is
cute.
adorable. So, well, as we're wrapping up here, I'm having so much fun here, and I don't want to let you guys go, but I know you guys have a life of your own, and you have stuff to share with all your followers. And so I just wanted to say to our listeners, your seat is waiting, Queen. Remember, midlife is your best damn chapter yet, right? And remember, go out there and wear that crown loud because I love being in midlife and I love watching your platform.
Yeah, because the
Thank
table's
you.
big enough for all of us. So pull up a chair and bring your sparkle.
Yep. Thank you so much for having us on. We love you guys. You're fun.
Thanks for joining
Well,
us.
you guys
table.
are fun. Yes, we love it. We love it.
Yeah.
I just enjoy you guys so much.
Oh, you guys are a blast.
Thank you.
We
Thank you.
You are. I know you are, but what am I?
You are.
Wait a
No,
minute.
you are.
You can tell the story about one of my boobs is bigger than the other. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh my gosh.
I love it. That's
And
you
that's
guys.
a wrap.
That's
Yes,
getting
that's a wrap. That's a
on.
wrap. Yes. All right, ladies.
Thank you, ladies.